Koe te Arapuoru, SOUNZ.
Ha'amonga Maui, or the Burden of Maui, is a trilithian stone located in the Kingdom of Tonga, said to have been built in the 13th century by the 11th Tu'i Tonga, Tu'i Tātui, in honor of his two sons. And it is here where we'll begin our journey, traversing into the Moana waters, where it was once our highway, in search of knowledge, exchange, and trade, as well as visiting one another. The purpose is to find answers to these questions. What are the indigenous instruments of the Moana? What are their origin narratives and intended purposes? And why is it that you and I are more familiar with the violin and the piano than them? Most importantly, where are they today? My name is Tau'ili'ili Alpha Maiava. Join me as we paddle into the past and the future in search of the indigenous instruments of the Moana. Now, whether you're watching this from 2024, 2124, or 2224 or beyond, the hope is that this film will help you understand and ascertain knowledge about and towards the indigenous sounds and the instruments of the Moana, as told, shared, and recalled by the peoples whose arts, sounds, and expressions of creativity literally help add color to the tropical kingdoms that are within the Moana Pacific area, sent by the Moana Pacific Waters herself. Now, what we do know about these instruments is that, one, they existed in pretty much all of the Moana Pacific, but with different functions and regions, and usage, as one would say.
The mouth harp, the taka, there is no story living.
I can more or less say it's already in the extinction. My age group was the last one to practice it when we were kids.
As part of equipping the waka in search of our talatu'u, legends, and narrative collation for this project, we met and held talanoa with knowledge holders, practitioners, and those working to revive both instruments, original applications, as well as intended functions of tools and wisdom that were once the main stable of Moana lives, pre-European contact. Now, we met with healers, individuals working to keep alive our traditional spiritual practices, as well as our to'unga, tuhunga, or tufunga of the sea, better known as our ocean voyaging masters. The reason? To get a holistic understanding of our traditional ways and how the sounds and instruments contributed to our everyday existence. Now, in Rarotonga, I had the privilege of sharing tropical oxygen with Papa Mike Tavioni, who kindly reminded us that origin narratives are localized methodologies to keep alive our journeys from the then to the now.
You claim that instruments is the basis of the Pacific people. I claim it's the waka. Because when you talk about culture, culture migrates with the people, and the waka enables that migration to go.
Simply put, our being here must be viewed as that of a peoples whose existence began from a well, a forest, or the shores where the whole world started before venturing out to where we settled and now call home. Now, meet an instrument with one of the largest global footprints. In Reopakea, or the English language, it is known as the mouth harp, or Jaws harp, or Jew's harp. Its oldest existence was unearthed in Russia, dating 1,700 years old. As of today, there has been no declaration of the connection between the mouth harps of the world. In the Moana Pacific, however, its manifestations are both regional and relational. Now, amongst the Polynesian islands, the mouth harp is known as Utete in Tonga, Hawaii, and Tokelau, with the exception of Samoa, who added the word ta in front, becoming ta utete. Now, while it is no longer practiced in Samoa and most of the Polynesian islands, there are a few revival movements out of Hawaii and Tonga.
I come up with this here. The tu'aniu is a bit stiffer. It makes a better quality sounds. This is a piece of bamboo. Utete, when I was young, it was more of us kids when we get together, especially when they build a whare, cut few coconut trees down, prepare for the kahoki and parts to build the whare. And because the new suits of the coconut leaves, they are the best for making it. And that's when we get together, us kids, and cut them up and start sitting around, and then we start to play it. Only because it's so easy to have access to, people think that it was for the kids. But no, we used to sit around, and because the older guys was using the lari, try and keep up with the same rhythm with the lari. They play the lari, we play the utete, and the seko around them. It's a musical instrument.
In Vanuatu, the harp is accredited to a mythical figure who is also responsible for some of the traditional instruments of the land.
So his name is Tari Tabiana. He's been included in many instruments, including ihu instrument, which is a little jaws harp, or we call it banaro in Bislama. But in Penam we call it ihu. Ihu means bow and arrow. But do a little one on a bamboo or even a wood like I'm holding now. Then it is especially for playing, because this is a little bit out of note, out of tune, but the key is only depending on its mouth. It means you can make it out from bamboo, anything. But it is a very interesting instrument because it doesn't use anything. You have the coconut spine to play with. Sometimes we don't have that. You just use your finger. You can do a quick noise like. So it is also one of a unique instrument in a means that not many people are using now.
There have been many inter-Moana exchanges that resulted in the revival of certain art form or practices. And according to some of our Moana elders, certain indigenous practices may not have been entirely the results of colonial banishment or the arrival of foreign belief system, but that it was the collective decisions of those who came before us as a way to preserve them for a time when our people are ready to restore their mana. I believe that someone echoes the aspiration of the Fijians in their effort to revive and restore her indigenous instruments, like the mouth harp, where it was known as taka.
The taka, it only came to my memory or attention when I saw it mentioned in Reverend Thomas Williams' book. There is no memory yet. I say no memory yet. It will come when these four notions are aligned, when it is the right time, right place, right space, and the right bloodline. So, to answer your question, there is no memory narrative yet.
How about your island home? Is there a narrative of the mouth harp existence in your indigenous sounds? What and how was it utilized? As we walk forward into the past to find our footing back to the future, is there hope for the mouth harp for our islands where it was once alive? Edgar's last words regarding the mouth harp reflect part of the search. What are and were our instruments? What are their statuses today? And why? According to the hope of Simione from Fiji, watch this space.
Toi te ara puoru, SOUNZ.